Well, I'm Pablo, season one. Great to see you guys. Pablo.
Pablo friends. I'm Kenny, season 2 and 3.
What was up? I'm Eric, season 3.
Pablo Level Friends. I'm Maya, season 6. And
Princess.
Francis.
I can't get this video to work, y'all.
If someone wants to send us a letter on how to do
Yes,
this, we will
somebody in the
read it and
comments.
then we
Yeah,
will
let's
do
check
it.
it out in the comments.
I feel like this is a Kim Zinger, guys, and we got to figure it out together.
Excited for everyone to be here and to join us. We haven't done anything like this before, right? We're usually it's like 7 of us on this big, oddly shaped couch.
Yep.
But times have changed. Technology. We get to be here with you. So we thought we'd just have a chat and hear your questions, what you want to know, and we'll hear from you guys and see if we can bring some of you up here. Let's kick it off because we had some questions that were sent to us already. Aaron from California wanted to know, how did we audition? What was the process like to be on the show? So I knew it grew, but we had around 850 kids start out. I showed up late and they weren't going to let me in. But the guy who was checking people in asked me, he's like, how old are you? And I said, well, I'm 12. And then he said, all right, you can come in. And so anyway, our process was we had this huge, what they call cattle call, right? 850 kids. And then we had, I think, 4 or 5 callbacks after that. So the first one was just like, do whatever, right? And I think I did like a New Edition song or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
A 12-year-old singing New Edition. Cool. And then from there, it was just, little by little. And then eventually they did all chemistry kind of tests with us. Kenny, by season 2, did anything change?
Most of it sounds very similar to what happened with me. I got the notice for a cattle call, went in, but I think I heard a number that was different than 850. Ours was more like somewhere closer to 3,000 kids. After that, I think there was 3 or 4 callbacks in Boston. And then the last 2, they actually brought in Zoe and Elisa, because I think they were trying to blend, they were doing those chemistry things, and they'd mix us up with other kids and see how we work together. So it was a very similar process. I think the only difference was, I think at that point we realized there was going to be a couple staples, a couple carryover Zoomers.
Eric, did they switch it up for you, or it's pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same. I auditioned for season 2 and 3 because I was doing a theater camp at the time, and a teacher who had been walking by was like, I found this in the paper, you should go do this. And I brought it to my mom, and she was like, okay. But I made it in the first season 2. I made it to the second or third to last round of callbacks. Didn't get it. Watched the show and was like, that kid Ray kind of looks like me. and then season 3, I went back, and Arlitza, who is our on-set wrangler, was doing the line again, same thing, 3,000 people, right? There was a line all the way around the block of GBH. And she was like, you were here last year. And I was like, a quarter mile down. I was like, yeah. She's like, cool. But then, yeah, same thing. I went through. I don't remember who was in my final chem read. So it's probably Kenny and Caroline. And then, yeah. And then we came through, and I was like, Ray aged out. I aged in. Let's go. Was that same for you, Maya?
Yeah, I'm similarly don't remember the whole thing, and I'm even glad that y'all are saying 3,000, because I remember 2,000, but my parents, I asked them, I was like, I'm gonna do a Zoom thing, do you remember any details, because I'm struggling, and they were like, I think 4,000, so I don't know, but it was thousands. And there were definitely multiple rounds. I think I also went in and sang a song for the first audition, but I don't remember what song it was.
It wasn't New Edition?
Huh?
It wasn't New Edition?
It was, it might have been New Edition, and maybe that was the key. Maybe that was what did it for me. Let's say New Edition. I don't remember. I just remember like singing, and then all of the other rounds, like you said, were like chemistry reads. Like we were playing games. We were like kind of doing what we do on the show for the auditions, and they just were like Tetrising different groups of kids together. So maybe I would be in two groups and then swap out for one, and they'd swap somebody else in for the, and they'd just like call us in and out of the room in the different rounds. And the groups just kept getting smaller and smaller at each callback, which was also cool because by the time, you know, I made it to the show, I was like, oh, I recognize these kids. Like I already met them before, and like during the auditions, which was nice. They were already kind of my friends, which is cool.
I remember, oh, y'all don't really want to know about this. I was in New Jersey, and my mother came to pick me up because I was staying with my grandmother. And my mother was getting proposed to in France. But somebody sent her the newspaper ad for Zoom. And she was like, yes, I will marry you. Now let's go back and get my girl. Bring her to this audition. And I was my number was wild. I didn't hear you guys' like situation, but my number was something along the lines of like 1,700 something. I was well around the block. And I mean, honestly, I don't remember each audition. I just remember having a lot of fun. I just remember just like vibing. We didn't use that word at the time, but it was just, we got to be children. We got to be kids, and it was super easy, like, you know, to just be.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll get some others up here to ask us their question. So Lacey from Tennessee sent us this question. She said, did you have any specific segments you liked to do the most? Maya, let's start with you.
Yes. Cooking and Playhouse. It was Playhouse, right? What was it? Playhouse.
Yep.
Playhouse, yeah, the plays.
Yes.
The acting and the cooking for sure. And that is 100% spot on, because to this day, like I'm in the kitchen and I'm acting, like I still act. So that's still how I spend my time. The two main things. What about y'all? What about you, Eric?
I'm gonna go kitchen and games, but I think that's mostly the games because like I'm already competitive, but like Kenny and I clicked like immediately when we started together, and he also ended up living down the street from me, which is crazy.
No.
Yeah.
He
We
legit
carpooled
lived
in
like
every day.
10 minutes down the street from me. Kenny and I would never be on the same team. We were always on opposite teams, and you can like, every once in a while a camera will catch like just us being like, yeah, but yeah,
Because
So
you were
that was
competitive?
yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome. That's awesome.
But it was all in good fun. But like Kenny and I, we'd get into it. It was great.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I liked the games too. I really liked the games, and I liked the Playhouse, Zoom Playhouse as well. It was like, again, like you said, Maya, like to this day, I do both. Still today, I act and I play, you know, team sports today. So it's like nothing's really changed, truthfully, but those were definitely the two best. Like I love just the creativity of the Playhouses that the kids sent in, and just like the original stories that they could come up with that we got to do.
Yeah.
You know, it was like everything was creative. Like everything everybody sent in was creative, but I loved all the creative things, maybe because I'm a creative person, like the poems that would occasionally come in, and the playhouse things, and the drawings and letters we got to see from everybody. It was cool to see how the show had sort of inspired those things to come out of kids. I loved that part of it for sure.
I think that's specifically what sets Zoom apart. It's the fact that the viewers got to play a role in what we did. Mm-hmm. And what other show gets to, you know what I mean? Say that.
Not in our time. Like that's what's awesome about it, Francis. Like you're saying, it's like this was like before what we can do right now, right? It was like this. Zoom gave kids interactive television before they could interact in this space, in this way. So it was so special for that.
This is also one of the few shows, and I'm using the word few in a fickle way. I really want to say only, but I'm going to say few, where we just got to be children. You know, this experience, it completely elevated and inspired all of our lives. It didn't taint us. It didn't ruin us. It didn't question, like, you know, make us do any compromising things. And I think that is the most amazing aspect of Zoom and WGBH, PBS Kids. It was no matter how many seasons you were on, this experience definitely added to your life.
No, I mean, I feel like whenever people like have asked me, like, you know, how was it? I'm like, it was summer camp, basically.
That's what I say
Like,
verbatim. Yes.
you know what I mean? Like we got to show up for work every day, and like we still had responsibilities. We still had to have like our scripts pretty much memorized from the day before. We had to know what we were getting into. We had to do our rehearsals and all that. But when it came time to roll, it was like, all right, just go, be, talk. And I think that is the stuff, especially like doing like the Rube Goldberg machine, and you try something that totally doesn't work, and you're just like, well, I got to try something else. Like it's just kind of how we were, and I think that gave people watching permission to be like to also experiment and fail at things and try them again.
I'm gonna pick some people here. Master Mix. Let's see.
Hello.
You here?
Hey,
Oh my God, this is my childhood right here. I just want to say thank y'all so much for an amazing childhood. Thank y'all so much for being a positive role model for kids. You know, only thing I would say that me and a lot of us hated was the fact that they changed cast members each season because it felt like we didn't get a chance to see y'all grow. Is there any reason why they did that? Does anybody know why they did that?
It's a good question. I
hygiene.
don't know. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like a aging out thing. Either like, I think it was more like if you looked like you aged out, right?
Yeah,
Like for me, like makeup was doing everything they could by the end of the summer to hide my little peach fuzz mustache, like for real. And
yeah,
and so there's only so much you can do, and I think that was part of it. So I think it was like trying to make, you know, and at that age you're growing really fast, and I think they were just really trying to keep it looking, I don't know, young.
Yeah, I think aging, but I think also there's a, and I respect what you say there in your comment. I know it at the time I could see how for kids it would be distressing to have the changing elements, and I think the producers understood that, which is why I think those sort of staple Zoomers who carried over from season to season even grew. I think by the end, I think they ultimately went to 3 carryovers from like Caroline's 4th season or something like that, just to kind of keep that thread of connectivity. But I think it's also like the age of the audience was always, you know, the same. And so whether you looked older or were older, I think that sort of connected feeling you get from the cast members is because you're seeing yourself in the
yeah.
kids. And I think keeping that age zone right helped the show keep that connective feeling between the audience and the Zoomer and making everybody feel like a Zoomer.
How does it feel? 'Cause I know it depends. How does it feel to see y'all clips or episodes go viral every other year? 'Cause I know there's been times where people post old clips of Zoom, whether it's season 1, 5, 6, every other year, and people are like, "Oh my gosh!" And we just crying because it's like it feels like it was just yesterday that we was all watching this, and we was, you know, trying to mess up our parents' kitchen because we try to cook the recipes ourselves, or, you know, try to make the art, or like my favorite play of all time, 'cause I guess because it was the most famous, is the sitting on a red bench. Like that, I feel like that clips go viral every other season, every other year, because that was iconic for me because it was like hilarious to see what y'all was gonna come up with next.
It's cool. It is cool to see. It'll be like someone on Instagram or whatever will send me one as just like when it pops up, and that always just makes me smile. So it's cool. It's cool to see the little reminders here and there of like definitely the best era of my childhood. So
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
well,
thank
thank
you.
y'all so very much.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
y'all
for
so
those
very much.
questions. All right, let's get someone else in
Nice to
here.
meet you.
Hi.
Ooh,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
What's your name? What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm L'Oreal. I'm from Indiana. I grew up with you guys since kindergarten.
Ah,
Hi.
awesome.
Hello, L'Oreal.
Nice to meet you.
First off, my personal favorite segments were always the Playhouse ones because I was a sucker for making up things like that too. And well, is there any favorite Playhouse moment that you guys had from whenever you guys were doing those?
Well,
The mixed up fairy tale was pretty good.
I was just gonna say I
Yeah.
distinctly remember playing Rumpelstiltskin in something,
Yep.
and I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
Oh
it.
Lord, I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that. I forgot about that.
I was down on my like I put pads on my knees, and I was walking around with my knees with little shoes on them, and
Ouch.
that was gosh, I still remember that play being so much fun. It had like 4 different sets that they had built,
Yep.
where there was one of them was like a big castle, and it was like Rapunzel letting down her hair. I think that was Frances. Was that Frances, or was that who let down her hair?
I think it was Rachel. I'm not even
Was
gonna
it?
lie. I think it was Rachel.
Oh, okay.
There are two that stick out in my mind. One I loved because I got to be like a sneaky character, which is still my favorite thing to play now, like the like and I was like a little girl who had just lost a tooth, and Mike was the tooth fairy, and I was like swindling him for all his money, and it was so silly and so
I'm
fun.
in the Tooth Fairy.
Oh my-
Oldest kid trick in the book.
Exactly. It was very fun to just like be one of those like mischievous characters. But I remember like the big group one that we did that was my favorite was like an Alice in Wonderland skit where we all got to play different characters at the Mad Hatter tea party, and it was a blast. So
Oh man.
that's
Wow.
probably takes the cake.
That wasn't the first time Zoom did. I had Alice in Wonderland related references. The first time I've seen that happen was when Zoe had the story machine and Lanice was the
that's
queen of
right.
art.
Oh,
Lanice was the queen of hearts.
Great
That
memories.
That was
Oh
a
my
great one.
gosh,
That was
yeah.
a great one.
That's one of
That
one of my
was a great
personal
one.
favorites, the story machine.
Wow, throwback. That's great
That's a good
memory.
one.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
It was totally an honor to grow up with y'all all these years.
Thanks for
You
being a
guys
part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are part of my imagination, and wouldn't be a children's author and illustrator if it hadn't been for those memories I had. I mean, I had a
Wow,
lot
that's
of
awesome.
inspiration growing up too, but still.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Cool.
Well, what's one of your books we can check out?
One of my books is called Am I Tall Yet? It's from my Am I series, which helps answer kids' questions, and especially if they're asking questions about themselves.
Well, that's
That's awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool, very cool. Well, thanks for hopping on and asking the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
For the memories.
Sure thing. And thank you guys for inspiring me all while I grew up.
To grow up with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Hi, Fresh Nostalgia.
What's up, Fresh
Hi,
Nostalgia?
Hey.
Hi, Frobens. Oh my god. Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hello, we're so good. How are you?
How are you?
I'm just so happy to see you guys. And so here's the question.
Yeah.
So many I mean, I've talked to so many people who follow me all around. We just really, really want something brewing. We want a documentary. We want to bring it like this has to be done because you guys mean so much to us and PBS kids all around the world. We love you guys.
That would be a good time for it too. It's because PBS and the Public Broadcasting Corporation, and in particular, is in the news, albeit negative news. And basically from all the negative news, all you've gotten was an outpouring of support for how impactful public broadcasting television shows have become. So I'm right there with you. I feel like now would be a good time for somebody to come up with some idea, wink, wink, to make some sort of comeback show, wink, wink, Pablo, or some documentary of some kind.
And also conventions, you guys. That would be so cool to see you guys.
That's
with some
true. That's
appearances.
true.
That'd be amazing. Whoa,
Gonna
what?
get on that convention train for sure.
Oh
Nice.
yeah,
There you go.
It'd
definitely.
be
I'll
fun if
bring
it
all
was
my.
like a group of us, you know, like if there was like a squad, that would be so fun.
Oh yeah.
We would all be wearing Zoom
Oh
t-shirts
my
and
God.
like, what if we were all leading like different Zoom activities for people to join?
Well, I'm here for it. Whatever you guys do, I am 100% here for it, and forever and always.
Oh,
I
thank you,
appreciate
Professor
you.
Salja.
I have a good question from Scotty doesn't know. He's saying, what was school like after Zoom? Did friends treat you differently?
Are you sure
Good
you
question.
want that answer? That's
Yeah,
wild.
seriously.
That's a wild question, bro.
Yeah.
We're here.
Well,
Let's go.
Let's go, Francis. What was it? How did it change?
I'm not gonna start. It's too gnarly. Go ahead, guys. Make it like give me a soft landing.
It was definitely different for sure. I'll start. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Like I think, like for the most part, it was positive, but there were the negative reactions of kids not understanding. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is other than just kids see you do something and then they want to call you out on it or knock you down in some way just to
Sure.
try to feel better about maybe what's going on with their lives and stuff like that. But I think because it was such a positive experience on my side that when somebody knocked me down about it or said something negative to me or started bullying me about it, it was more impactful, right? It felt heavier because it didn't make any sense, right? It like didn't logically like connect in my brain as something that would be possible. Like it was such a positive thing for me. And it felt personal when they bullied me about it because I felt everybody was like family. So it was, and that happened to me. And it was hard for me because when Zoom came out, I was like going into high school. Like
Oh, wow.
so like the level of acceptance was much more intense. Like all of a sudden I was a high schooler on a kids show. And so like the targeted sort of bullying was a little bit more intense for sure. But I think the positives outweighed the negatives. I feel like it made getting into the drama program easier. It when you got in there, that sort of bonding was easier. People like saw you in a different way, and there was a lot of good things that came out of it for sure.
It's actually so cathartic to hear. Like, no, I don't know if the rest of y'all have connected at any point and talked about this, but I hadn't like talked about that with I'm glad somebody asked that question because now I'm getting to hear, oh wait, like I experienced, I'll just like say copy paste what Kenny just said because the positives far outweighed the negatives, but I also experienced like, yeah, that's wild. And I never took that. But yeah, positive, overarching, like overwhelmingly positive, but there was a little bit of that little spiciness too that came in school too.
No, definitely with the like the positives absolutely outweighed the negatives. It's just that like for me, the negatives were so isolated that they felt really impactful at the time because it's like, I heard something as silly as like, oh, you were on PBS because you couldn't make it on Disney. Honey, what you mean? Like, where did you get that logic? Like, like silly things. And I went through bullying and things like that, for sure. But no, the positive outweighed the negative for sure overall. And honestly, like by the time I was on Zoom, I was almost finished. I was going into high school soon enough. So it was all good, and my 8th grade year, we were promoting the show, if I recall properly. So like, yeah, you could bully me, but like later on, I'm going to go promote a show. So like,
I'm on a
at me,
plane.
bro. Like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, let's be real about it. But as kids, when we're children and being an adult now and just hearing kids speak and whatnot, when you're a kid, what other kids say to you is everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's wild. They can tell you the silliest thing ever, but it'll really affect you for months, days, weeks, months to come, depending on how much it hits you, how much it triggers you, things like that. But I think we were granted amazing tools.
I think it's difficult too, because I mean, talking about the time that we're on is, like 8 to 13, right?
Right.
So like we're going through puberty, we're getting to have this crazy experience, and then we're going out into the world. And this is like, before like PBS didn't give us media training or anything like that. So like for me, like I'm out there with like my voice is changing. I'm getting hair, I'm smelling weird, and it's like someone's like, oh, you're the kid on Zoom. And I'm like, for the longest time, I used to tell people, I was like, nah, it's just a kid that looked like me, because it was like sometimes it would get too much, and then sometimes I was just like, people were just really sweet, but I was like, this is too much attention. I just had a really cool time, and then I think I kind of got over it after high school. I don't know if this happened with you guys, but like, so I went. Pablo and I actually went to the same college, went to Emerson, and I've been continuing acting and all that. And when I was at Emerson, I was doing a show, and one of the underclassmen who was like in charge of my costumes and stuff, they had found one of the coloring book pictures from the website because that was still up. And I came into my dressing room and they had colored it. Actually, sorry, they also had happened freshman year as well on my dorm, and I was just like, okay, right, that's.
I swear
Yeah.
that coloring page is the way that they get us.
Yes.
That happened to me.
Yeah.
Always.
100%.
That happened
It's
to me
always the
on a
coloring
live
page.
job. It showed up in the break room. Like, and it was
Yes.
just like, but how did
Yeah.
y'all even know? Like, why?
And everybody thinks
Dude.
it's so original, and it ends up everywhere.
Yeah. What about you, Pavs?
I embraced it. I had a boy band in 8th grade, and we wanted to put on a concert in the auditorium. Went up to the principal, and I'm like, "This is what I want to do." And honestly, like, I feel like what kid ever gets the okay to put on a concert with fog machines, with strobe lights,
Yeah.
microphones,
I wish
No.
matching
I'm
outfits?
giving you the snaps.
Who gets the okay? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull that card.
Immediately, yeah.
That's
I need the
fantastic.
videos.
Love it for you.
I know. I wish I had evidence. This is actually a really good segue. So everyone here, I'm going to talk to them one-on-one. We're actually going to get into it a little bit more on the new podcast that I was telling you guys about, After School Rewind, where we're really going to talk about everyone's journey and experience. But this was a way for us to just come together, to see you guys, to thank you also, everyone. Like, you don't realize how much you changed our lives, honestly. And so this has just been great. And you guys want to share kind of where else you're at and how else other people can get in touch with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly on Instagram these days, but just my website, kennyyates.com, pretty much has a link to everything I'm up to and everything I'm doing. You can follow me on Instagram from that website. You can check out the movies I'm working on. You can see what's coming out next for me, what voiceover things I'm doing. I've got a movie coming out hopefully by the end of the new year that you can check out. So all that info's on there, kennyyates.com.
And I'm just the Eric Rollins at Instagram, figuring out TikTok, but mostly on Instagram right now. And then ericrollins.com's got stuff when I update it.
I'm Hello Maya Mo everywhere, but I mostly use Instagram. I'm gonna try and be better about TikTok, but I post all the time on Instagram. Yeah, doing all kinds of fun stuff. Did some video game stuff recently, which was really fun, so that'll be coming out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess it's my turn. Yeah, so I'm on Instagram, and primarily Instagram, Facebook. So follow me on Instagram. It's Frances Domond. Follow me on TikTok. It's Frances Domond. Same thing. I also just want to say, Pablo, real talk, thank you for bringing us all together.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob.
This
Thanks,
is
Bobs.
amazing. Like, this is so much fun. And this is, thank you. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. You're welcome. This is great. Maybe we'll do it again. We'll see. All right, everyone. Good night.
Yeah.
Good to see you all.
See you next time.
Yes,
Bye,
see you
all.
all next time.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Pablo.
Oh,
Bye
two,
from
one,
viewers
two,
like
four.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. 02134.